Welcome. This is Victoria DeFries, and this is my podcast for technology. I am so glad that you could be here with us today. Today, I have Isabel and Marietta DeFries, both of which are students at L&N STEM Academy, and we're going to be talking about the iPad. So glad that you can join us. Okay, I'm here with Marietta and Isabel. Marietta, can you tell me just a little bit about yourself at L&N STEM Academy? Just tell me what year you are and if you've enjoyed your time at L&N.
I'm in 9th grade, and I have enjoyed STEM Academy. I think the iPads are really nice because you don't have to carry around a bunch of books.
Okay. So everybody has an iPad at L&N STEM Academy?
Yes.
Okay, and can you tell us what STEM stands for?
Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math.
Okay, and Isabel?
I'm Isabel. I'm 16 years old, and I'm a sophomore at STEM Academy.
All right. How many people go to STEM Academy?
Around 700 students.
700 students. Now, is the L&N STEM Academy, what is the L&N? Can you tell us what that is? Do you even know? Do either of you know?
Louisville and Nashville.
Louisville and Nashville?
Yeah.
But this is in Knoxville. Why is it called L&N?
Because it was this train station.
A train station?
Yeah, that ran from Louisville to Nashville.
Okay. So you guys go to a school. Now, is this a public school or a private school?
It's a public school, but they use a lottery to get students in.
Okay. Now, how does the lottery work? Do you even know?
Yeah, they accept 8 students from each school in the county, and they randomly draw names. It doesn't matter, about your grades or anything.
So you didn't have to go through an interview?
Nope.
Or write an essay? Okay. So you guys are both very fortunate to be at L&N STEM Academy. Okay, now you each have iPads, and I noticed that they're different colors. Isabel, yours is green, and Marietta, yours is blue. Is there a reason why, Isabel, yours is green and yours is blue?
They get a new generation of iPads every year for the incoming students, and each color case represents a different grade.
Oh, well, that would make it easier to identify then what year everybody is by their color of their iPad.
Yeah.
Okay. I just have a few questions. What about a student? Do you think that a student would ever come to class without having their iPad charged, and what happens?
If someone doesn't have their iPad charged, they have charging stations where you hopefully have a charger and you can charge your iPad during class.
Oh, okay. So they have a certain place in class for kids who maybe might need a quick charge.
Yeah.
All right. And with the iPad technology, obviously that you kind of, now do you have a hotspot wherever you go? Can you just connect to Wi-Fi, or do you have to go someplace where you can access Wi-Fi? How does that work?
Everywhere on campus there's Wi-Fi.
Okay.
So you have it everywhere you go.
So everywhere you go. Now, but if you were out at a McDonald's or at the library or at the University of Tennessee or wherever you might find yourself, can you access the internet at any of those places?
Yes.
You can. Okay. Now, let me ask you, do you have problems in class with people going on to Facebook, Instagram, those types of things, Snapchat, without paying attention in class? And how does a teacher really have control about what students are doing on their iPads while they're in class?
Our school really encourages to not get distracted by those types of apps. They encourage not to download them because it is distracting, like the iMessage app. If you get a message, it'll appear on the top of your screen. So no matter what app you're on, and if you see that notification, it's distracting. So they encourage not to download it. But most students do anyways, and students do get distracted because it's really easy to get on different apps during class without teachers knowing because they're at the front of the class.
Okay. So there's really no way to monitor that?
Not really, no.
Okay. So there's no way for the teacher, like a main computer, to shut all of that down?
No.
From an iPad?
But they do random iPad searches.
Mm-hmm.
And they just randomly choose different students' iPads and, like, go through their iMessages and through their pictures.
Through their pictures?
Yeah.
Oh,
make sure
my goodness. That's like it, isn't that, how do you feel about that? I mean, do you feel like that's an invasion of privacy, or do you feel like, well, this is a school computer, so how do students, how do students act about that?
I mean, I don't think students like the teachers going through their stuff, but it's obviously allowed since the iPads are Knox County's.
Yes.
They're not ours, so, you know, there should not be, like, inappropriate stuff on them, and then teachers need to make sure that students are using them professionally.
Well, do you think that the teachers have found things, what happens? I mean, does a teacher really find things that are inappropriate?
All the time. Teachers will come into our classes and talk about things, like they do find inappropriate pictures, and like if people cuss in their iMessages, students will get in trouble, and there are consequences to these actions.
Do you think that there's enough? Do you think that people are starting? I mean, Isabel, obviously, you're a sophomore. You've been there longer. Do you think that the students who've been there longer? Do you think that they have more respect and that they're starting to learn that this is a professional instrument and tool?
Yeah, I think the older students are more professional about their iPads because when freshmen get them, they're so excited about the new iPad. You know, it's something new. And I think that they don't think that the teachers can really do anything about the things that they do on the iPad. But the older students know that you can get in trouble.
Because they've seen it.
They have seen it, yeah.
Okay. And Marietta, what do you think? I mean, I know that, for example, you're taking Latin, right?
Yeah.
So do you use the iPad? I mean, what types of apps? Do you even use any apps in classes like that? Or can you tell me some classes where you use some apps?
Well, in all apps, there's a really good, in all classes, there's a really good app called Notability, and you can take notes and file them for different classes.
Notability?
Yeah.
Notability.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can either type or write with your stylus, and it's really helpful because you can look back on them and see when you last took the notes and stuff.
Okay, what about, I was going to ask you, what about Evernote? Do you ever use Evernote? Do you guys even know what I'm talking about?
They suggest, it's one of the app suggestions,
Uh-huh.
and I think it's on self-service. Yeah, there's something we have called self-service where the school pays for certain apps and you can download them for free.
Oh, okay.
Which is how I got Notability. But, yeah, it's a recommended app for students.
Okay. Isabel, what about you? What is a favorite of yours?
I like Pages. It's pretty much like, kind of like Microsoft Word, except it's for the iPad. And that's what I write all my papers on and take notes.
So you don't have Microsoft Word?
No, I don't have it, but I heard actually that they are making an app like for Microsoft Word for the iPad.
Okay. So you all don't have to purchase any apps?
Right. Well, if you want to purchase an app, you can, but the ones that the school suggests, like that are like really helpful for school, they will buy them for the whole school and then put them on self-service so any student can download them if they want them.
I have another question for you, Isabel. I know that you took driver's ed this last year. Was there any app used for driver's ed?
No. There's no app.
No apps for driver's ed?
No.
Okay. What is the most unusual that you guys have heard of an app for class? I mean, what about art or PE or, anything like that? Is there any apps out there that have been, you're like, oh, wow, there's an app for that?
Well, there's an app that we use for wellness, and to learn the bones, it showed all the different bones on the body and stuff, and the muscles.
Okay. So there was an app for that, for anatomy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what about app creation? Have any of you done anything with creating apps?
Yes, in STEM we had a project where we had to create an app. Well, not an actual app, but a prototype for the app.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to think of a user and create an app for a specific user.
So what was your user?
Theater arts enthusiasts. So
Theater art enthusiasts.
yeah,
Okay.
we have theater at our school, and they didn't have any good script writing apps, so we decided that we would make one.
So did you make the app?
Well, we didn't actually make the app, but we finished our prototype.
Oh, okay. So you did like a proposal.
Yes.
Okay. Isabel, how about you? Any app creation for any classes that you've been involved in? No?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah, I took STEM 1 last year,
Mm-hmm.
and we did the same project, except our group made one for a lawyer, and we, made it so he could have, all of the, what are they called?
Laws?
Yeah, all the laws on there, and, banking, and, notes, and because we interviewed this lawyer, and he said the hardest thing about his job was, he had to have so many apps opened at once.
Oh.
So he wanted to create an app that had it all on one, so it'd make multitasking easier.
Okay.
And we didn't end up making it into an app. We just did the prototype too.
Okay.
But
So you
the
just did the
person-
suggestion.
Right, and everyone in the class made a prototype, and the person or the group who had the best prototype got to actually have their app made into a real one.
Really? And who was that?
I don't remember.
Do you remember for your class? You don't remember?
No.
Okay. So, but they do go through and they do make an app.
Yeah.
Okay. That is awesome. Well, thank you, girls, for joining us and for sharing it with us about your iPad and the STEM Academy. It's been very interesting and nice to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.